We're here at the Lotto Arena for Telenet Giants Antwerp, where the fans are in good spirits, despite the fact they're heroes right at the bottom of Group B, and tonight they take on the likes of the top team in the group. That is Hapoel, Bank Yahav, Jerusalem. And there you see the lineup for games over the course of this remaining game day 14. Obviously everybody involved at the same time. Neither of these teams have anything riding on the particular qualification or the permutations for this Group B in this particular Basketball Champions League regular season. They know their fates. Hapoel Jerusalem will finish on top position, at least in terms of qualification. Well, they know that's going to be the case. There we go, 10-3 record for the men from Israel. 23 points, I can't catch them. Former winner, of course, of this Basketball Champions League. And Antwerp, well, they could potentially climb at least a couple of opponents to make their way up the standings. Let's see how they get on, though, against this powerful-looking Jerusalem lineup. Shelvin Mack very much involved, but that is the man to look for, to Sean Thomas. Goodness me, what impressive form he's shown, in particular over the last couple of weeks, where he's been the MVP in the whole of the Basketball Champions League. There he is, wearing 35 on his back. Look out for the sprightly centre, Kupses, the Lithuanian, very talented player, and so too Thomas's partner in crime, Jacoven Brown. Very much a talent to be appreciated, if not by the opposition, and all led by the master himself, Oded Katash. Now, as for Antwerp, well, perhaps their aspirations were not quite as lofty as Hapoel going into this year's Basketball Champions League, but of course it is their second campaign. One or two familiar names from last year, of course, coming through, likes of Dzinski, Donkor, and of course Van Wyn and Klassen, new to proceedings here. But there's plenty of talent, plenty of young talent here, and they have won all 4 wins that they've secured on this Lotto Arena court. So we see what they can do here. They, of course, beat Ike a little earlier in the Group B campaign, but they've got to get past that man. And the scoring differential, well, it's huge right now. Hapoel with 20 points more per game than the man from Antwerp. Baltimore, no stranger, of course, to high-profile settings. Looking to make sure that Hapoel qualify with a little bit of momentum. There is Oded Katash, as stern as ever. He'll be intense on making sure his players hold on to their focus during the course of the evening, even out of the sight of the brigade back at home. Watching, I'm sure, from Israel, Shelvin Mack. Last man out of the sidelines. Baltimore, of course. James Felding. Once of Quinnipiac, of course. The last man to come out. Necessary Bromo, Manson, Kupsas, penultimate, Jacoven Brown. Last man to come out and face the music. Such a good record. These players very much setting the standards over the course of the last 14 weeks. And let's see if the Antwerp players can rise to the occasion today. And here they come. Stefan Branch. There's 2 Van den Enders of course, Owen Klassen. Very much a man to keep an eye out for. Hans Van Wyn, very much part of Belgium's national team progress. And there's interested 1 or 2 teams at a higher level, perhaps, than Antwerp. Bleinberg, of course, in his second year in the Basketball Champions League. Urida too. There's Dudzinski, man from Holy Cross. So they do have talent, and what they do is they concentrate so much on developing their younger talents. So you hope that they will be able to sustain some of these players, particularly Rupnik, who's really come through this year under the tutelage of coach there in Christophe Bigny. While the souvenirs are exchanged, focus can return to proceedings on court here. So much to look forward to on this particular occasion, but it is very much a case of seeing whether the home team can keep at Hapoel for as long as possible. I was talking about the scoring differential. They've won each of their last 2 encounters by more than 20 points, and they are in form right now. Antwerp, though, do lead the way in terms of offensive rebounding, as we are introduced to tonight's officials from France, Latvia and Italy. Just mentioning the points differential, Hapoel top of the scoring standings, league high 89.7 points per game. It's difficult to see how Antwerp are going to be able to keep them out on a consistent basis, but as we've seen already, they have a capacity to shock the bigger names, but certainly no punches being pulled here by Katiash, Blackfeld, Brimo, got Holland in there, but Sean Thomas very much part of the starting 5 here in Antwerp. I think Katash is supremely confident of his charges going into this and looking to really build some progress and develop a performance that can just challenge Antwerp, but also challenge the expectations of 1 or 2 of the other leading sides, leading teams in this competition. It's going from strength to strength, and as we head towards the latter stages, take a look at the Antwerp starting 5. Again, Champions League, not basketball, for all the information that you need on the terrific tournament that's established itself so well over the last few years. All about defense is the word from Coach McGee. One thing to say that, quite another to get it enforced. Plenty of atmosphere inside the Lotto Arena, that you can be assured of wherever you go around the Basketball Champions League. Fans loving the contest, the competition, and the sheer talent that's on show, and we've got plenty on show here as well. So we're all set to go. And that's a precious record. Hapoel have maintained 10-3 record It is on the line here tonight in Antwerp. Klaassen claims the tip. It's Antwerp ball on this first possession. Antwerp, as you can see, all in gold, Hapoel in red. Antwerp then from left to right as we look at an early chance to put points on the board, and that's exactly what they do. Litinsky. Black wants to just check momentum for a moment. Veldin can only find the rim from way downtown. Nice, but unfortunate for Antwerp. Just rolled out at the wrong moment. Surely Antwerp can go away for that one. Hapoel have done well to create the opportunity, and it's put away with some aplomb. You can see why they've shot the lights out over the last few weeks, Hapoel already, can't you? Corner it goes, Litinsky. Oh, you better believe it. The man from Illinois certainly shaking things up in these early stages. Giving Hapoel something to think about. Hapoel ball. There's 3 other games, of course. We shall see how they develop. They may well have more impact in terms of the permutations, but there's plenty to enjoy here, and that is just one example. Get out of here. Veldin with his first points of the night. Branch unable to convert. Rupnik puts it up beautifully. Well, it's just sublime to watch at the moment. Sabir Black getting in on the act. Can't take your eyes off this. 1 point game. Early moments in the first. That's given away. Rupnik unable to hold on. Oh, that's magnificent. Brimo. So unlucky. And an early steal as well, putting Hapoel right back where they want to be. Oh, inside ball, Brimo fouled. Branch gets the call from the official despite his protestations. Let's watch it again. Reaching in and claims the arm. Easy foul, really, for the officials to call. Brimo goes to the line. Never ever seen with a smile, do you, Odin Katesh, but one of the very best coaches around Europe, of course. And the officials in quickly there as Holland takes a tumble. Let's watch this again. Comes off the rim and Holland's in there, scrambling away. Antwerp ball. Litinsky drawing the foul. There was Klaassen at the low post, but in there once again is Brimo. Just again reaching in. Thomas seems to have all his bases covered. Hapoel looking sharp already, 3-point game. Zinski. Branch takes it up the lane and pops it up quite nicely. Needed response though to Sean Thomas. As the whistle goes. Foul called on Hapoel. Not entirely certain on who. The officials in there very quickly. And Weed gets his first. Zenski pops it out to the corner. Branch is waiting. Can't take advantage. And away comes Black. We've seen him in this position so often down the ears, and we've seen that from Thomas this season too. Sean Thomas, 4 points to his name already. Not losing any of consistently, averaging over 70% shooting right now. It is an extraordinary record, the only man in the Basketball Champions League to do so. And while that's going on, Owen Klassen dunking for fun. Foley gets the screen from Thomas, pops it back up to him. And eventually loses it out of bounds. Even the greats tend to have their moments they would rather not see again. Antwerp ball then, down by 3 midway through this opening quarter. Zinski. And Wynn turning this way and that, but doesn't get any joy. John Holland, oh, well stolen. And stolen right back as well. Feldine gonna put it up himself. Count it. He'll get the extra 2. And that is sublime stuff from James Feldine after a particularly rough passage of possession from both teams. It's all help yourself, after you, my friends. Feldine says he's had enough. Klassen drawn for the foul. I wonder just how many points we are going to get in this game already. We're still only just into the second period of this opening quarter, and already 30 points scored by both teams. Antwerp down by 6. Bad win. Draws the foul. Rimo responsible there. Nimrod Levy onto the court, incidentally, for Hapoel. Once again, not the most difficult of fouls to see, as we see Ron Holland step out and Shelvin Mack come in. Great pace from Rupnik, but can't convert, and away comes Hapoel. Mack Jr. Pauses for now. Feldine over the top. Superbly put away in the end. To Sean Thomas, inevitably on the receiving end. And it produces a timeout for Antwerp, who simply can't live with Hapoel right now. And it's pretty straightforward stuff. 8 points they lead, Hapoel. Timeout, Antwerp.
Why do we switch everything? I didn't ask that. Play first defense, guys. 20 points in 6 minutes. They're going to score 40 in 1 quarter. Come on, guys. I told you he's an offensive-minded team. But we have to play tougher in defense, guys. Hey, read that. They switch. They read that triangle switch. Okay? You take the big guy, take the goal with you outside. Second big guys, then you dive. You're gonna be completely open against the goal. Okay?
We switched with Thomas at the 4. Now he has the 5 right now.
No, he's at the 4. He's at the 4. Hey, next one. We go 5 up for you. 5 up for you. Okay? After that, keep playing. Don't stay too close, guys. They're gonna come cover, but watch out the drop baseline. Okay? All right, let's go, guys.
Well, coach certainly thinks that Hapoel can score 40 in this opening quarter. Christophe Begin looking a little ill at ease, a little frustrated. And perhaps in his heart of hearts, he recognises that there might not be an awful lot that Antwerp can do about it. It's certainly been an ease to the way Hapoel have tackled this opening quarter. Well, it's been very easy on the eye. 4:05 to play in this opening. And Antwerp with all the questions to answer. Great spin, but Thomas is right there to deny Antwerp's progress. Klassen was always struggling there. Look at Thomas, always had the move. Been a help too from Zalmanson amongst others. As we see Fai ready to enter the court. That's Inzi steps out. Probably glad of the breather at this point, given the way Hapoel have taken to life here at the Lotto Arena. Mac Jr. Bartimol. So Manson nowhere going to get anywhere near that. Branch with the easiest of rebounds, if you can call it that. So Branch driving and superbly makes the basket. Thomas is looking for some sort of call. But how about the finesse and the finish? Thomas it is who picks up the foul. How can you not enjoy that? From Branch as Van Wyn steps out and Kestelou replaces him. All harem scarum stuff. Mac Jr. though bringing the poise and the elegance with the layup. And so it's still down by 7. Work to do. Donkor now into the game. Rotation already from Coach Begin as foul is called. And Hapoel already in foul trouble, as you can see. 2 minutes 40 to play at this opener. Donkor to go to the line. Thomas takes a break. As Klassen steps up. Can't be easy for these Antwerp players. Although, whatever the context of this particular game, you expect better from the line. Shouldn't expect anything better than that, though, from three-court range, although Mac Jr. certainly will. Great spin. Oh, what a play. That is superb. Kestelou with the finish. But how about the spin And the assist from Owen Klassen. Wonderful athleticism, but Mac comes leaving. Out to the corner it goes, and Mac Jr. watches on. There's Levy and Timor keep on adding the points. Branch. Donkor. Which way is he going to go? Down the line, it's how he ends up. How about that? Stefan Branch, 7 points to his name now. Antwerp claims the rebound through him too. Seems to say he's going to get so much ball right now. 3 from 5 in the game so far. Pops up this time for the corner, and at last Antwerp starting to get that mojo back. Dennis Donkor this time with 3. 3-point game suddenly as we enter the final minute in the first. Mac Jr. pops it back out. They've suddenly gone cold, haven't they? Unbelievably, Antwerp with a chance to level. How happy will Coach be on the sidelines watching as Donkor kicks it back out. Branch tees it up. Castello for 3. We are tied at 25. He's made an introduction, hasn't he? Vincent Castello. And Hapoel might well get the last playoff here. They've certainly something to think about. Levy. Mac Jr. Around the back it goes, and foul is called, much to the home team's chagrin, on Branch. Yep, there's the contact with the hips. There's Klassen. Gets what breather he can, and young Bleibenberg is the man to replace him. The officials just consulting on something here. Only if Hapoel players wanted to get involved in this conversation, but I don't know that they're going to be allowed to. Rogier into the game, incidentally, with Branch out, Klassen out. We already saw Bleinberg come on. And Christoph Begin continuing to be unhappy on the sidelines, just as he was seeing his side get their momentum restored. Just check back by going to the line. Mac Jr. it is. It's been positive stuff from Antwerp to get it back to a point. And now to 2. Who's going to shoot it? Fai's got to put it up. He does, but can't find the layup. 2-point game then. 27-25. Plenty to amuse and to entertain between these two teams. Who said there was nothing riding on this? Bar pride. There's plenty to enjoy. That is for sure here in Antwerp. Now look at some of those stats from Hapoel. 86% shooting inside. Pretty nifty too from outside as well at 50%. Antwerp staying with them certainly. Here's some of the moments of that first quarter. And it was a decent return from Telenet Giants Antwerp to get back into some sort of shape. Really, Hapoel will be mightily frustrated that they were. It was led by Branch. He's certainly been one of the keys to Antwerp getting in. Thomas has done okay, if not perhaps as spectacular as he has been in the last couple of weeks. That was nice from Van Witt, from Klassen rather. Certainly seems to have had the edge over Brimo. Not that Thomas has had nothing to say himself. Highest lead in that quarter was 8 points for Hapoel. Yeah. Just consistently being excellent in everything they do. And once again, Antwerp getting the advantage in offensive rebounds. A couple of them so far. 8 rebounds to the 4 overall for Hapoel. You really wouldn't want to meet him on a dark night, would you? Say Kansash. You should see him when he's angry. Second quarter underway then. Hapoel ball looking to reset themselves. That certainly doesn't help. Feldin unable to find the right opening. Bleinberg. There's Doncourt. It's away. Back inside it goes towards Rogier. But the foul is called on Kupsas, the giant Lithuanian. I wonder if we're going to see a little bit more from him now. That's a pretty solid nudge in the shoulders there. A rather obvious call for the officials to spot. There's Bleinberg. Getting a lot of involvement, but has it stripped from him. Holland, the man responsible. Away comes Feldin. And his options available to him. Holland gets it back inside. Levy. They are so good to watch in transition. And how about that from Nimrod Levy? Soared through the air and claims the extra point as well. .50 seconds played. And already that advantage back up to 5. An early foul called on Holland. Seemed a little unnecessary at that point. Stopping he won't particularly care. Neither will Renberg. Fight. Not an awful lot of space for him to work with, but he gets the rebound as well. But still coughs it up. Matt Jr. for Hapoel. Foul called inside, I think. And that is on Rogier. That might be his last involvement for a little while as well. Although, with nothing riding on the game in terms of qualification. Right, so there you are, saw the foul. Wonder whether he might get more time than usual. Matt Jr. Left to do it all on himself, kicks it back out. Levy. Rebound from Holland. Levy at the second attempt and still can't do it. Got to be sharper from Hapoel. The intensity's not there just at the moment. Fight. To the corner it goes. Into the basket it goes. Bleinberg with his opening 3-pointer. And Antwerp back to within 2. Certainly staying with them at the moment, and despite Feldin's efforts, it's sideline ball Antwerp. Let's not forget, of course, that Ike were beaten here. The other team very much at the top of Group B. Incidentally, they're currently losing at the moment by 5 at home in Greece to Vostok. Antwerp looking to get back on terms, and they will get back on terms. Superb. Castellou once again making real inroads from the bench, and stolen by Antwerp. Oh, but that fast break game that really brought to some success last season, and it's worked again for them in slightly more limited doses this time. Not quite on the money there. Timeout called. Tash wants to bring his charges close for a conversation. And Doncourt frustrated, as you might expect. Timeout Hapoel.
Big guy. Big guy. They play flat. They go aggressively over the top. Right? We need to spend some time on the screen. Right? Especially if you run it with Amir, James, Shelvin, JB. They won't go under. So if you are close to the 3-point line, fix your angle a little bit and spend some time. And then the guys dribble him, create separation. If we have 45, we can't. Okay? We need to be wide open. So spend some time on the screen. Okay? You got to be ready in defense. And remember, we want to press the ball. James, we are not switching the guard cut. But don't overhead too early on the wing to eye. Hey, we run chain for the group.
Hapoel not at their most vociferous so far tonight. Neither is Coach Katash. I suspect there's more in the locker if Hapoel don't produce it soon. Tied at 30. And they produce a little bit more quality. Well, Kupsas starting as Coach Katash meant them to. Doncourt for three, not quite. Coach Begin will be pleased with the amount of game time his young players are getting, as Brimo is securing the layup, much to everyone's astonishment, frankly. Great vision, but basketball count, 34-30. Van Wyn in, Rogier out for Antwerp. Doncourt very much involved, these two in the backcourt. So they can't find Fai. Castellou unable to unlock the door. It's important that Antwerp don't lose focus here right now. 6:34 to play before the half. All sorts of contact in the lane. The officials have spotted something. Frankly, it could have been 2 or 3 different things. Now called on Hapoel. They're starting to get towards foul trouble. Couple away at the moment. Fai needs a bit of help. Gets it. Doncourt. Lineberg. Back to Doncourt. Oh, that looks so much better. Superb out of the hand. And Antwerp back to within 1. Samir Black back on court. Folding Brimo, Holland, Kupsas with him. Towards Kupsas it goes. Fai in close attendance, looking to disrupt things. Foul called. The contact. It's been a mildly On the blatant side, the Senegalese very much called for the foul as Donkor gets a break. Branch steps back in. Branch 3 from 5, 7 points to his name in 9:52 played so far. Timor in, Feldine out. It's Kupsas to the line. We've seen Klassen blow 2 from 2 at the other end of the court so far tonight. Lithuania does exactly the same. Van Wyn with Branch, Bleinberg, Kesseluk and 5 for company. Kesseluk inside to 5 with Kupsas watching closely. Drive the layup towards the basket. And draws the foul in the process. Let's watch it again as Kupsas not entirely steady on his feet, but as if, well, I thought for a moment it was Brimo the foul was called on, but it is on Kupsas. Timor into the contest, as you can see, as Fai once again spurns the opportunity from the charity stripe. Neither team shooting more than 65% from the line so far tonight. Antwerp 65, Hapoel 56%. 13 from 23 as Kupsas steps out. And Sean Thomas is never really too long for the contest. Blatt gets the screen from Thomas. John Holland in there too. Once again, Hapoel a little cold. Tied at 34. Antwerp to get the lead for the very first time, and in there scrabbling for it is Branch, and he can't get there, but he's fouled by Holland. And that frustration just starting to build for the Israelis here. There was the foul, the little slap on the wrists from Holland. And Hapoel now are in foul trouble with 5:18 still to play. Holland is done for now. Once again, profligacy is the name from the line. Incidentally, the foul count so far. Holland on 3, Kupsas on 3, Brimo on 2. So they're getting into a spot of trouble at the moment. Antwerp lead by just that solitary point, 35-34. Turnover called. And how does Callis change things around at this point? He stays with what he's got right now. Fai flings the ball towards Van Wyn, and the youngster gets it back. Here's Bleinberg for 3. That could have been interesting. Sideline ball. It'll be Hapoel. It's Van Wyn. Yet to connect so far. Very talented young Belgian international. Brimo. Oh. It's a little lackadaisical so far from the man on the road. Branch finds Fai. All the way it goes. Kesseluk off the rim. Feldine can't find a hand, neither can Brimo. Branch. And Wyn inside to Kesseluk. Travel chords, and you can tell the home fans are getting interested because they don't like that one. Let's watch for the extra step here. Yeah. Well played, friends. Bleinberg. Rupnik replaces him. Teed up, and very nicely teed up as well. Tamir Black for 3. Second of the night. 2 from 3, as you can see. And suddenly Hapoel back in front with 3:48 to play. Thomas with the assist. Fine. At the top of the key. He's going to drive it up, though. Real strength. And then can't hold on to the ball. Oh, he's got a bit lucky there. He's looking for a call there, but puts the ball up. And that actually does quite clearly come off Levy. And that is the last of Brimo as the mascot starts to make his way around the home fans. And win. And the sideline it goes. Rupnik. All the way across the court to tie things up at 37. Black from way back. Oh, that's magnificent. How far back do you want to go? Certainly getting in the mood is the experienced Israeli. 3-point game as Rupnik draws the foul rather cleverly there from Thomas, who can only produce a wry grin. But what about that tray from Tamir Black? We're hopefully going to see that again as he's scored for the foul, incidentally, on Rupnik. It's Black's first, incidentally. 2 players on 3 fouls, not exactly what Coach Kanash needs going into the second half, as we will do very shortly. Rupnik, 2 from 2. Home team back to within 1 as Fai steps out. Shooting from Rupnik, certainly nothing to sneeze at. Thomas for Hapoel, Levy. Here's Black. Screen from Zalmanson. Well, this time it's Levy who gets the opportunity, which he doesn't take, but Antwerp right back at Hapoel. Inside the last 3 minutes of the half. Branch. Rupnik. Great step to get past Black. Lovely vision to find Kesteloo. Branch is going to drive it up himself. No, it's almost Rupnik with the last touch. 1-point game. Getting very interesting as well. Kick back out by Timor. And foul called inside. As Levy draws one from Klassen there. How about Tamir Black's little contribution there, by the way. 3 from 4, 9 points to his name. Mac Jr. back on court with 2:12 to play. Not too many in foul trouble, incidentally, on the Antwerp side of the ledger. 2 for Branch, 2 each also for Rogier and Dudzinski. The timeout called by Coach Begui, who is trailing by the 3, 42-39.
Okay. Luca, you got with the ball. 4, 5, okay, and we have Vinny here, okay? I want you to set the first screen. 4, okay? At the same moment, you go up a little bit. He's gonna go dribble handoff with you. Dennis, you sprint the baseline. Yeah, when he's going for the handoff, you go away from the baseline, okay? At the same moment, you come and screen for Hans. Okay? Hans, you screen the ball, you spin, and then you curl. You don't have it, you open. After that, you go in handoff, and then you continue with you. Okay? And you follow to the top.
So I give the handoff to
You
him.
give the handoff, and he's gonna use the ball screen.
He's gonna use it.
Yes, yes. Okay? And after that, you follow for the shot.
Guys, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey, watch press.
Well, Rutbert has certainly got involved towards the latter stages of this second quarter. The Slovenian has been right at the heart of everything good that Giants have produced. He's very much keeping them in this with just over 2 minutes to go in the half, and here he is under pressure from Timor. Kesselou. Towards to Van Wijn. Great turn, good spin. Oh, not quite. Just didn't drop for him. Mac Jr. for Hapoel. How on earth they've managed to stay clear is anyone's guess. Certainly, Antwerp have had the chances. Mac Jr. errant there from deep range, and Mac Jr. there responsible for that particular foul. Just a little nudge in the rib cage of Rupnik. The Slovenian will go to the line. He's not having the greatest of nights, as Shelby Mac Jr. Branch 8 points for Antwerp at the moment. 7 for Kesselou. But now it's 10 for Luka Rupnik. 9 points, I should say. 1 point game. Mac Jr. looking to atone for earlier efforts. Rupnik not letting him out of his sight. Thomas. Timor. So Manson from long range, off the rim. Antwerp get another rebound. Here's Doncourt. Not impossible they could lead this going into the locker room. And really they should do, given the momentum. That's nice vision to find Klassen. He's drawn another foul. Zalmanson, who's looking for the shoulder and the elbow charge. There was a little bit of contact to the jaw. But insult added to injury. And Zalmanson picks up his first foul. Coach Katash is plenty to think about right now. Quietly, Christophe Begui on the sidelines for Antwerp will be very, very happy indeed with what his players have produced, and they lead with just over 56 seconds remaining. And they finish the job off, and now officials talking to Coach Katash, whose opinions are perfectly clear from the body language. He'll call timeout. We're going to make sure Hapoel have an advantage to take themselves into the second half.
We run the two now. We run the two. Zali, tell you delay. Right? Go get Shelby. We do the same thing on the back door. Okay? Zali, you're on the slot. Okay, on the slot. They can't get you. We go back door, early back door, and you screen take. For a post up. Right? On the same time, Nimrod, you come up Zali. Zali, יש, אתה לא הולך חזרה. You fake it, you go get Nimrod. We got Nimrod here. Zali. Screen for take. Right? And now you go there. I'm going to ball to the boat. Post up.
home fans getting into this now. Not the biggest crowd we've ever seen at the Lotto Arena for Basketball Champions League nights. Over the last couple of seasons, they have produced atmosphere to rival some of the best arenas in Europe. And they love their basketball in Belgium. Don't ever let anything be said against them. And they lead by 1 here with Mac Jr. Posted up by Thomas, can't get that. So Manson covers his blushes a little bit. Thomas now 3 from 5. Field goals. Hapoel now 1 point in front. 9-second differential. No way Antwerp can close this off quite, but that will certainly do from Vincent Castellou, who quietly and effectively has been one of Antwerp's leading influences in this opening half. There we go, 9 points, 3 from 4. And Mac Jr. has the open acreage of Antwerp, but it's closed off by Klaassen, who's called for the foul. Certainly that is not to the liking of the home faithful. In fact, was that from the back there rather than Klaassen. Now then, technical call on Coach Katash, which means it's turnover. Rupnik to the line, and with 2 seconds remaining. That is something of a disappointment, to put it mildly. Now we'll go back for the original foul. Shelvin Mack looking to impose himself. It always needs the bounce of the ball to help. Rupnik called for the foul, incidentally, on that Max had gone to the line for, but ironically, of course, he went to the line himself for the technical. But it all matters not, because we're all tied at the half. 45-45. Luka Rupnik very much involved. There's Mac Jr. We watch again. That first free throw rolled out. Nothing to separate these two teams as we head to the locker rooms, where the bottom of Group B is very much held at bay, the top, and a little more than that along the way as well. Hapoel's just as powerful, but not quite as effective inside as perhaps they have been in recent weeks, but the offensive rebounding certainly working for Antwerp at the moment, just getting plenty of rebounds, full stop. Rupnik 9, Castellou 9, Black 9 for Hapoel as well. 1 or 2 contributions made from around the court. It certainly promises to be an intriguing second half between these two teams. The other half-time scores, by the way, as we look at the key moments from that first half here in Antwerp, considering that Burgos 46-34 up. Ike have now claimed the advantage over Antwerp 44-38. And Paderma all over Po 47-26. With, of course, not just points, but also qualification very much at stake for the latter stages of the Basketball Champions League. Do you join us then for the second half in a matter of moments here in the Basketball Champions League.
Tyler Stone! It's not over yet.
Drives inside. Oh my word, Chris Dow. That is special. That is really special from Chris Dow.
Quite some plays in this Basketball Champions League, and a lot more to come, of course, as we head towards the latter stages with this game day 14. Of course, the final act of the regular season. Round of 16 to come. Not that far away either. You'll see those games played in the not too distant future. It'll be, well, that will all be confirmed, of course, in due course too. But here in Antwerp, we're all tied at the half. 45 points apiece between Telenet Giants, Antwerp, and Hapoel Bank. You have Jerusalem. As the players return to the court for their warm-ups and routines. Do rejoin us in a matter of moments. But, certainly the likes of Shelvin Mack Jr. and Sean Thomas, they will want a little bit more Will Hapoel when we do resume. Some of the key moments from the box score, at least probably on the fouls quotient for Hapoel. John Holland and Kupsas have been out of the game for long periods of that first half. 3 points, 3 fouls each. With a couple too. No real such issues for Antwerp. There you see some of the game leaders. Rupnik 9 points so far, Klassen 4 rebounds. That very much a key to Giants' game. Weinberg quietly effective, and he came in off the bench towards the end of that second half. Weinberg, incidentally, 1 for 2 shooting, but a couple of assists, as you heard, but the assist very much worked around the team. There is Rupnik, one of the stars of the show so far from that first half. There's his stats, 50% shooting. 9 points so far. A couple of assists. Certainly had the eye on him. In all facets of his game. What about Hapoel, though? Is, in a sense, there's nothing riding on this for them either, with top spots confirmed. Tamer Black has ever at the heart of everything good that they do. Even Nimrod Levy had his moments to shine too. Tamer Black, as we're going to see in a moment as we look at James Felding for a moment. Tamer Black has 9 points, 3 from 4 from field goal range. All 3 from 3-point range too. Rebound to his name as well. Sean Thomas a little quiet so far. Just not got that many opportunities to score. 3 from 4. 75% shooting is certainly keeping up the that percentage figure, but he is not getting perhaps the looks that he would normally expect to so far. Here is Black with plenty to smile about, no question. Those sorts of figures to his name. Well, we are so used to seeing Tamer Black succeed. And you wonder just how far he can go in the game. Of course, his father Still very much involved, of course. Couldn't imagine actually that Blatt's Tamir Blatt, that is, just 22 years of age. Well, Katash certainly means business because the tie's off. Kapsas will certainly be under a little bit of pressure when he does resume in the second half, if indeed he does, with 3 fouls to his name. Lot to think about. For Hapoel, Blindberg, I'm looking forward to seeing him. This time last year, rated as one of the very top prospects at under 18 level, just 19 years of age. Really good, quick first step to his name still. And so much room for him to develop and emerge in circumstances like this. Let's listen in.
I want you to dribble handoff again with Luca. After that, you open. Hans, you go to the corner. And Dave, remember that. Look for the blue. Hey, don't use the ball here. Okay? After the handoff, make him come here. Okay, like that you got a lot more space. If you drive, look for Dave in the corner because he's got a lot of space. You got to reduce the space. Instead of get the big, get it like that.
Screen the screener. It's either you got James or you got post up. Post up day, go under a defense. So, we got it?
Okay,
To start
let's
there,
go.
James, screen here, come off soon. So soon you have to finish here. They, and when James screen there, you can go either way and go get James. It's either we got James,
Here is Antwerp trying to drive it up the lane. Branch has got it. And we're all going to go to the line with Brown having been drawn for the foul by Branch. Branch, who was one of the stars in the first half, and get to double figures if he makes this second as well. Just rolls out at the wrong moment for Branch. He's had quite a game so far, as we mentioned, 3 from 5 from open field, open court, I should say. Antwerp lead by the 1 point. Jacoba Brown putting it up, but all the action's underneath the basket. Real shoving match between Van Wyn and Brymo, and Van Wyn is called for the foul. A whole battle there at the post. Brown has Thomas ahead of him, but will still draw the foul, and it's on Rupnik again. That'll be his third, and he's got to watch for this as the Slovenian. Oh, over the top from Veldin, and that's a superb spin. And what a finish it is from Deshaun Thomas, as you would expect. Hapoel up by 1. An early foul called in transition there. Veldin, the man responsible. Well, actually, that's all rather unnecessary from both teams, that, isn't it? It's getting a little feisty out there. No surprise that the officials are going to take a look at this. You would have thought that that is the definition of a clear and obvious mistake. I should always want to back the officials. That did look a pretty obvious block from Klaassen. Just watch this again. Put away by Thomas. In transition. Pretty firm block. Well, the way that looks pretty fair enough. That looks a proper screen, that, albeit a forceful one, I would suggest. Not surprising the officials are going to take that time to look over at this. Now, what do you think? Thomas with the putback. Well, is that a screen? First time I saw it, looked like the officials have got that wrong, and now I'm not so sure. And we're going to continue on our own sweet way. Foul remains on Hapoel. Klaassen, shall we say, gets away with one, perhaps. Veldin caught for the unsportsmanlike. Penny for Coach Katash's thoughts at the moment, as Rupnik makes 1 from 2. And Antwerp, of course, get the ball back. We are tied at 50 here at the Lotto Arena. 7:21 left in the third quarter. Branch for home team. Drives it straight up the lane. Oh, what a block that is. Magnificent. Back we go now the far end. And Brown is able to produce something magical as well. It was Thomas with the block initially. And now Brown's drawn the foul. Klassen, man responsible. Shooting 2, Brown gets the first. Not sure I've ever seen Odin Kante smile during a game. And eventually, 2 from 2. Antwerp 50, Jerusalem 52. Brown's first points of the game as Van Wen leaps high to claim the pass, but Dudzinski will put it up himself from three-point land. And driving up himself is James Velding, showing his class. Hapoel stretching that lead out to 4, which is a significant one, but Branch is determined to get it down. Just the wrong slip at the wrong moment. Thomas! Oh, you better believe it! beautiful. To Sean Thomas, set up by Brown, no stopping him.
Control the pace, guys, control the pace. Hey,
Timeout called as well.
next time when you attack him, make him first go into him, and then you go up. Because, okay, it's pretty long, you got long arms, you got good timing to block shots. Hey, next one, you go thumb twist. But first, you go side of you. Side of Dave first, okay? Oh, you come for the second screen, look for that short roll pass. After that, go to the corner. We got that pass and we got that shot in the corner, okay? Be aggressive, okay? Hey, guys, down, keep composure like I told you, okay? But don't give them those fast breaks. We feed them for the moment, okay? Spring back, let's go, guys. Go, good, go. Hey, Giants on 3, 1, 2, 3. Giants cheerleaders.
Choose one corner or him. Only they can go big and on. Right. If we need half cut, come in.
Well, Velding was looking sharp, but not quite as sharp as some of these kids in Antwerp. There are those who have seen one or two more games than the other kids who are enjoying proceedings here. Moments like the one that Sean Thomas produced just a few moments. Branch. Branch once more. Under real pressure from Jacobin Brown. Over the top from Van Wen. But all to no avail. It looks like Rupnik has drawn the foul there. That is a very handy foul to draw as well from Brymo. Have to think that Brymo's been a little indisciplined there by just reaching in. Was there any need to on that occasion? Now Brymo's up to 3 fouls, so he joins Holland and Kupsas, and Hapoel starting to struggle in terms of the foul count, and it's tipped back in by Klassen. Antwerp very much in this. 5 points down. Brown though for Hapoel. Brymo. There's Brown to his right-hand side. 10 seconds on the shot clock. The corner goes. Here's Levy, steps away from Van Wen. And how about that for the layup? Magnificent. Here's Rupnik. Klassen, Levy up to 10 points, as you can see. Hapoel's advantage back up to 5. Rupnik. Have to do it himself, is he? Oh no. Over the top. Dudzinski, nowhere near. Brown. Not a minute in the first half, but already heavily involved here. And there's a foul called on Van Wen, which Once again, this pleasure being shown from the home crowd. And it is just his second, but it draws Antwerp into foul trouble with 5:12 to play. Brown then to the line. 2 from 2. Levy sent back to the heart of the action with a flea in his ear almost. It feels like Hapoel just exerting a little more dominance over recent moments as Donkor comes back in. Rupnik steps out. Probably not the most surprising call made by Antwerp coach. Here is Donkor. Branch forward to Dudzinski. But he'll take a tumble. And away come Hapoel. Suddenly from being tied for a long period recently, this might get them close to a 10-point advantage. Levy, back it goes. Oh, this is great. And Holland makes no mistake. Jerusalem flowing beautifully there. The movement was just something to die for. 10-point game as well. But Holland picks up another foul. You can tell the quality he brings back in, but that's his fourth. Got to watch out for that with, what, 4:28 to play. So only in the third quarter as we see Blindberg return. With Branch stepping out. In fact, the foul called on Brown, so not on Holland. But Blatt is back into the ball game. So Hapoel ringing the changes. Odd that Blatt needs to tie shoelaces, mind you, having just come from sidelines. Donkor gets a screen from Klaas. Blatt in there, nudging and making nuisance of himself, frankly. But Dudzinski can't connect, and he's really got cold in the second half, and he knows it. Just trying to urge himself on a bit. Antwerp need him to produce. Now 3 from 7, Dave Dudzinski, the man from Illinois. Still got 8 points to his name, though. Here's Black for Hapoel. Over the top towards Thomas. Can only palm it back into the hands of Dudzinski. Blindberg across to Kestelu. Stolen away. Hapoel. Blatt. Oh, you just knew it. He has been like dynamite from the backcourt so far. 4 from 5, 12 points. Hapoel jump up to a 13-point lead. And this is the quality they've shown throughout the previous 13 match days. Blindberg for Antwerp, meanwhile. Top old job for them right now. And that doesn't help because Dudzinski, he's just shooting bricks right now. 3 from 8 now. Wonder if Coach McGee will consider a timeout. Not surprised that Dudzinski steps out. So Manson into the game. Thomas out for Hapoel. Fye coming in for Dudzinski on the Antwerp side of the ledger. Here's Mac Jr. One-handed. It's palmed away in part by Blindberg. Levy driving up himself. Fye watched him every step of the way, though. This tall, rangy Blindberg looks quite a prospect to come. Second season of the Basketball Champions League will do him no harm whatsoever. On court towards Fye. Over it goes, where Clatten's waiting, and all to no avail. Holland back to Mac Jr. Took a nudge off Doncourt. Klassen claims the rebound. There's the chance. And Kestelou finally brings a halt. Look at that, 11 steals so far for Hapoel. That was an awkward run. That Antwerp have managed to nip in the bud. 11 points to Kestelou too. As we see Black drive it up, and Klassen is all smiles, not quite understanding what everything's in aid of. That is a very well drawn foul, but it's a pretty clear foul, mind you. Three personal fouls for Owen Klassen as Levy takes a seat. With important instructions from the coach. Blatz makes the first of two. Sam Famini, MVP of the first 2 quarters, and the bulk of this third almost completed inside the final 2 minutes, with 1 to come, of course. 1 from 2 for Black. 13 points to his name. 4 from 5 from open court. 5 for Antwerp. Doncourt. The corner it goes, where Dudzinski is watching on. But even though Faye finds the basket, it won't count. Sam Manson with the block initially, and then Faye call for travelling. Disappointing third quarter it's been for the home team, but Coach Kachash has done the job in the locker room. Junior unable to find his range from three-point land. Blindberg with help from Faye. Almost lost it. Oh, that's nice. Terrific layup, and Dudzinski finally breaks his drought. 4 from 10 for him so far. As Faye reaches in on Mac Jr. Was it Doncourt? Watch that again. And then the contact from Faye is adjudged to be at fault. All very frustrated by Coach McGee on the sidelines now. He sensed this game drifting away from Antwerp's clutches, and what a job that man has done. Put up from the corner. Blindberg unable to connect. Rebound goes Hapoel's way. Oh, brilliant vision. Mac Jr. picking out Holland. And it's like shelling peas right now for Hapoel Jerusalem. Doncourt. Antwerp just can't get into this at the moment. Being shut out offensively. And they can't stop Hapoel at the other end. Blindberg's going to have a go. Doncourt this time. That's more like it. Back to within 11. Dennis Doncourt now with 9 points. Tamir Black. Almost found Salmans. But here's Doncourt. It's well held in the end, but unable to find the three is Frans Blindberg in the end. Castellan unable to add to his 11 points. But that was some third quarter from Hapoel Jerusalem. 26-15 they win it. And they lead Antwerp by the 11 points. And they are being very aggressive indeed.
Okay, short roll.
Leading the scoring ways. Let's hear from Coach Kalish.
Now when you play the two, John, you go get Zali, immediately open up, right? The second guard after the pick and roll, we need a good spacing for open.
You spend too much time on the delay screen.
The two,
Just leave them go.
it doesn't matter who's playing for who. 3-point guard, John, open up here, not too close to the baseline and to the corner guy. So if the guard, if Tamir or JB dribble here, you can cut. And then open up, again, more open.
Well, just not the fluency from
Keep it simple. Every time you can,
Antwerp
play 22.
in that third quarter. It was so disheartening for them. Hapoel have just stepped up the pace, and it's been at a pace that the home team has just been unable to handle. John Holland with one of the key moments in that third quarter. But that was nice from Donkor to at least keep Antwerp to within fingertip range, I'd say. That's Matt Jr. gets us underway in this final quarter. Back to Holland for three. Drains it. Such an important player, John Holland, to them. And these turnovers have just killed Antwerp. 21 points currently for Hapoel from turnovers, and their fast break points have just been sublime too. But here's 5 for Antwerp. Back it goes. Blyenberg. Off range, but yet another offensive rebound for Antwerp. And that one counts. Foul called on Blatt in the end. 9:14 to play. Antwerp with it all to do. Blyenberg. Fine. Flings it inside towards Dudzinski. Still Antwerp ball. 6 seconds remaining. Blyenberg, Kessler, Dudzinski, Fye and Donkor on court for Antwerp. John Holland has done enough for now. Off the rim it goes from Donkor. Hapoel ball. In fact, Holland's still out there, of course. So Mac Jr., Blatt, Timor, Zalmanson and Holland, the 5 on court. Mac Jr. loses it. Comes off a foot of Fye. On court towards Fye. Oh, that's nice! Dudzinski! Antwerp at their best. And the fast break. Well, it comes off an Antwerp hand. Not that Dave Dudzinski's saying that. And how unfortunate would that be, having seen Antwerp just step things up a little bit. Coach Begin hasn't given up on this. Might have to give up on possession here, though. Hapoel ball, Zalmanson. Blatt. Don't give him any space whatsoever. And do that to Timor as well. Over the top it goes. Zalmanson looking for space. And any sort of room he can get, draws the foul. Fye picks up another one. That's his third. Manson unable to find Brown and Brymo. They may not be moving from those seats too much if they can stay clear here. Hapoel. Brymo with 3 fouls. Jacob Round picks up a couple of quick fouls of his own. Cups us on 3. Holland out there, of course, on 3 as well. Antwerp searching for a way out of this. 13 points they're down. Oh, and that's a backcourt violation. Great defense from Blatt. Forcing the mistake from Doncourt. Almost stole the ball entirely, and Doncourt knows what he's doing there. But how about that from Dudzinski? Not the smoothest of finishes, but still spectacular play. Matt Jr., the step back. Holland spins away from Dudzinski. But Weinberg with the rebound. That looks a pretty clear foul to the home fans, at least, from that's going to be called on Zalmanson on the half. Yeah. There's a shoulder in there. Contact clearly made. Zalmanson on 2 fouls now. Doncourt. This fight at the low post. But, there's a foot out of bounds from Doncourt. Turnover yet again. There's been too many of those from Antwerp so far. 15 all told. There's timeout called, 15 in comparison to 9 from Hapoel Jerusalem. And Coach Katash says he's seen enough and gets them in for a conversation.
Can we execute? Just execute. We go peace down, John, you are here. Right, you stay here with the guard, Sally. We have either rear entry or hand-up entry, and then we go pin down. Sally, I want you to flip screen on a pin down, after the pin down. From here, you start with the ball, peace down. We go hand up with John if you can. We go hand up with John if you have his entry to Sally, both are good. And you choose this side. You play, Sally, you play 2 pick and rolls. Right? You don't have to pass it back, in down, and then we flip the angle, John. Whoever stay here, if he flips the angle to you, cut.
Clear instructions from Coach Kanash, and quite clearly he's going to keep 1 or 2 of his bigger names on the sidelines for the remaining few minutes of this this game. 7:48 to play. No sign that Tyson Thomas, Brown, or even Brymo or Feldine are going to be seen at any stage. They yet get the look in later on in this final act. Or was it flung out of bounds by Blindberg? We can't quite understand what's happened there. Mack, Blatt, Timor, Zalmanson, Holland on court for Hapoel. Lead by 13, 7.5 to play. Holland. Here's Blatt from long range. Seems almost surprising that he could complete the task. 4 from 6 now. 3-point range. 13 points to his account. It goes to Dudzinski. Fine. At the top of the key, drives it up. Good strong defense from Zalmanson. Hapoel ball. Fye doesn't like it. He'll have to lump it. Looking for the foul there, Fye. But Zalmanson there in position. Just sense around the arena as Levy comes in for Brymo. Sorry, Levy and Brymo in for Holland and Mack. And there's Brymo. Zalmanson with the layup. You sense a loss of heart amongst some of the fans. And timeout is called on the Antwerp side, who trail by 15. The task just doesn't get any easier for them.
Hey, we fight till the end, guys, okay? No let down, please. Samuelson, always shot fake. If we cover on him, put your body on him, and just let him shoot over you. You're gonna go in right to your hands. Don't jump, guys. Hey, next one, you go thumb side. Watch out, they switch. They will switch that back screen. Directly in the corner. Take the big guy with you, no problem. After that, stack the screen to the top, okay? And we continue, and then we dive, okay? Thumb side, all the way. Okay, guys? Hey, like I said, don't let down. It's a long time, guys.
Keep fighting.
7 minutes is a long time. Keep fighting till the end. Okay, we don't give up. Let's go.
Come on, guys, come on.
Coach McGee not giving up the ghost. Well, when they can produce play like this, it's going to be mightily difficult for Antwerp to overcome Hapoel in this sort of mood. No sign of Rupnik yet. Whether he might get a little look in before we complete matters here. 6:45 to play. And all the pressure on Antwerp. Forward it goes from Doncourt to Fye, who then returns the favour. Branch into the game now. Branch with a step back. Gets away from Timor for a second or two and nails an absolute beauty. Dennis Doncourt, magnificent. Levy this time for 3 from Hapoel. The gap is back down to 12, and now the next challenge is for Antwerp to get it back to single digits. Branch will just hustled out of it. It'll still be Antwerp ball with 12 seconds remaining. The last touch from Zalmanson. Very nearly turned it over. What about this from Doncourt there? The step back. And then that gives him space to rifle it. Doncourt it is then. 5. And a drive it past Timor, but foul is called. While you were all watching the replay, Brimo with the steal and the easy layup. 14-point game now. Rupnik back on court. Fine, not going to drive it up, but finds Kestelou in the corner. No good that time. Blatt gets it back from Levy. Screen from Zalmanson. Here's Levy from the corner. And how about that for a rebound? Oh, that's stolen away. Zalmanson initially. Branch coming up with it. And win. Doncourt. Terrific step. Tries the put back, but it doesn't work for Branch, and he stayed down as well. That's got to be a concern. As Hapoel go coast to coast. But Stefan Branch is clearly hurt. Let's watch it again. Gets around Timor. Just landed a little awkwardly. Might get a better look from here. As he somehow finds a way through. Oof, yeah, that's the reason why. Kestel's knee always going to be the winner of that exchange, as Brimo with a driving layup at the far side of the court, but concern still for Branch, who's had the worst night. 9 points to his name. And sure, he's going to be led to the other sideline. Yes, he is. Warm applause ringing out around the Lotto Arena. And I suspect is Branch's last action of the evening, and of course with it the regular season of the Basketball Champions League. And if you want to keep up to date with all of the events going into the round of 16, Champions League.basketball, the place to go. Kupsas in for Zalmanson, incidentally. Dudzin for Hapoel. Dudzinski and Klaassen in for Fye, as well as Branch on the Antwerp side. And win. Nicely worked. Dudzinski in space. No good. Here's Tamer Black, who knows a thing or two about open looks and how to exploit them. Well, it's turnover called. Double dribble. You saw it as well, I'm sure. As Mac Jr. comes in for Tamer Black. Tamer Black, by the way, 4 from 6. Had a very effective evening all round. 4 from 6, as I say, 13 points to his name, 3 assists too. Here's Rupnik, puts it up. Oh, and unable to be finished off as well. 4 minutes left, and Hapoel in cruise control right now. Mac Jr. from long range. Not quite. Dudzinski picks up the rebound. The rebounds are also well, but if you can't produce the points, as Antwerp never really done throughout the regular season, then they're going to struggle. The low scorers, in fact, in the Basketball Champions League, 73.3, second from bottom, in fact. Levy for Hapoel, off the rim. And Wynn searching for inspiration. Klaassen from the corner, Kestelou again. It's all awry, and you sense this game was drifting away some time ago for Antwerp. Players just lost that intensity and that focus that you see when it's really, really tight. Timor for Hapoel. Towards Kupsas. Spins, and again finds the rim. Shot clock violation called in the end. Hapoel incidentally in danger of meeting their average at the moment. 89.7 points per game this season so far. Still a bit of work to do there with 2.5 minutes to play. And there's going to be too many more halts to proceedings. That's nice. David Dudzinski. They needed that a little earlier, did Antwerp. 50% shooting though, 6 from 13, 50% there or thereabouts. Mac Jr. Timor. Looking for Kupsas, but in there was Dudzinski and Klaassen. And it's Dudzinski that looks very much as if he's been called for the foul. Watch it again. I.G. Klaassen in there wrestling for it. Thing of beauty from Dudzinski, mind you, earlier. It is Dudzinski who's called for the foul. Junior gets it back from Brimo. Easy layup. They will be a team to fear when we get to the knockout stages. Maybe even the Final Four if they get there. Van Wyn. Maybe he might appear in the future, perhaps Hans Van Wyn, who is such a talent. Already has 1 or 2 NBA scouts looking at him. Worked out around about 18 months ago with the Thunder. established part of Belgium national teams in the past too. Look out for him, 24 years of age. Still more room for development too. Matt Jr. gets away from Rupnik. Matt Jr. Still, Van Wil comes away though, after Kupsas loses it. Turnover ball. Not with his greatest night. Really needs to do better from that layup. And there, the final touch from Jansinski. Nearly Hapoel now threatening once again. Primo finds Timor, but reaching in there is Klassen. Foul called. Have Hapoel got what it takes? As delighted to see Stefan Branch looking none the worse for wear, but have Hapoel got what it takes to complete the task here in this Basketball Champions League? Certainly if Kupsas continues to do what he does. Timeout called though. One last bit of advice for the players from Coach Begin.
You know that one, okay? Oh, you start here. Dennis, you start here, okay? Dave, you here. Hans, you here, okay? Luca, you make the inbounds. Oh, you screen for Dennis, you go out. Okay, we try to feed you inside. On the feed, you go completely opposite corner. Hans, you go 45. Okay, you come here, Dennis, after you screen, you go away. You come back for the screen. Hey, look for the zone, guys. Maybe they're gonna play zone. Hey, if they play zone, please, one guy step out. Oh, after that, go to the corner. Okay, and then you can play this one because you're gonna give over the open.
If they switch that screen with me and Dave,
Yeah, of course. Look for that, then we try to contest the shots. Okay, let's go, guys.
what you do. All right.
Not to be then for Coach Begin and his players. Frustrating night for them on home court that has served them well this season. 4 wins to their name on this home court, but if they are to progress in future tournaments, they've got to try and figure things out on the road. That is for certain. Minutes to play. Oh, and given away cheaply. Turnover ball. That is put away with ease by Primo. And of course, Hapoel were put out by Tenerife in the quarterfinals in last season's Basketball Champions League. They'll want to go further, I'm sure. Oh, lovely from Klassen, but Timor in there to deny Van Wyn. Last year's Basketball Champions League, Jerusalem finished below Ike in Group C. They're also involved in with Antwerp, who finished 4th and made it through to the latter stages. Rather more disappointing this time around for them in this year's Basketball Champions League, Antwerp. Who got past Neptunus last time around and went out at the quarter-final stage. They'll want to go deeper this time and make the final four, as Kupsas can't find anything. But there are most teams who have won here at the Lotto Arena. as Timor lights it up once more. And while Hapoel are just below their average, they've done enough to secure an impressive, if low-key, victory on the road at the Lotto Arena. They win it, and win it with a bit to spare, in truth. They win it 88-73, and they will be a team to be reckoned with when we go into the last stages of the Basketball Champions League. It's goodbye to Telenet giants Antwerp, who don't make it, but Hapoel do, and it might take some stopping. Handshakes all round in what has been a competitive game. It's sad to see Antwerp depart, but lots of handshakes and lots of spirit between these two teams. It is not to be for Antwerp. That we already knew, of course, before proceedings began here at the Lotto Arena. As we knew that Hapoel was set fair for the round of 16. How deep can they go this year? It's going to be a very interesting ride to see how they do get on. These your final game statistics. Another win to add to the ledger. Dansinski leading all scorers with 15. But Blatt with 13 points leading the way for Hapoel Jerusalem. And they will head back to Israel, knowing that they have done exactly what they needed to do. Can't ask for much more from a team to win their group. Won it with just 3 defeats from their 14 game days. Very impressive performance from them. When you consider what is to come for them, they are progressing very nicely indeed towards potentially an appearance in the Final Four, which of course will be played in early May. We cannot wait to see what the best of the Basketball Champions League can produce. So we have a little break before the round of 16 begins, but it's been fun. While Coach McGee will take his players back to domestic action, he'll be looking for a place back in the Basketball Champions League next season, no question about that. And remember, we've got to change the format for the round of 16. It's best of 3, so even more excitement to come. This Basketball Champions League not going anywhere. If you want all the details, check the app or go to championsleague.basketball for all of your stats, your facts, and your figures. From myself, Chris Edgerton, and the rest of the FIBA team, thanks for joining us, and we will see you for that round of 16 in early March, when the competition just keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Hapoel then, one of the seeded teams after claiming the honours. And there you see the teams to go through into the knockout stages. Ike, Burgos and Bandirma making it through. Commiserations to everybody else. We shall see just how far Hapoel can go. Plenty of very fine teams to progress alongside them, of course. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Basketball Champions League.